Welcome back to the Universal Things YouTube channel. Today, imagine this. You open your eyes and find yourself in a perfect white room. The walls, floor, your clothes, even your food, everything is the same shade of white. No windows, no sunlight, just endless brightness. What happens to you after one full year? At first, it feels oddly peaceful, like living inside a cloud. The silence is comforting, the whiteness feels pure, but soon, your eyes begin to ache. Your brain is wired to detect color and contrast. Now, it's receiving nothing. The world feels empty, yet overwhelming. Every object blends into the next. You can't tell where the wall ends and the floor begins. You stretch your hand out and feel lost. Your depth perception is fading. The human brain depends on shadows and tones to define space. Without them, you start losing your sense of distance. After just a few hours, the room begins to feel like it's swallowing you. There's no horizon, no pattern, no texture. It's an infinite void disguised as a room. And though you can see everything, you understand less with every passing second. By day 2, you start to feel restless. You try walking, but there's nowhere to go. The same color follows you everywhere. Your reflection, if you could see one, would be colorless too. Ghost-like, pale, and drained of identity. You're disappearing into the background. Human vision relies on variety. Colors stimulate emotional response. Blue calms, red excites, green refreshes. But in this world, your emotions flatten. The absence of color slowly quiets your feelings, leaving a strange emotional numbness behind. Then comes the silence, no sound from outside, no echo of life. Even your breathing feels too loud. In that silence, your mind starts to fill the void. You hear faint noises, whispers, maybe even a heartbeat that isn't yours. Isolation reshapes your perception. Without sunlight, your biological clock breaks. You can't tell morning from night. Your body stops producing melatonin at the right times, and soon you're awake for long stretches, then sleeping at random. Your concept of time begins to unravel. After a week, food loses meaning. Every meal is white. White rice, white bread, white paste. Without color, your brain struggles to process flavor. The meals taste dull, lifeless. Even hunger becomes mechanical, an action without pleasure. Your brain craves stimulation, so it starts creating its own. You begin to see faint colors that don't exist, flashes of red, blue, or green on the walls. These are not real, they're your brain's desperate attempt to stay alive in sensory starvation. Psychologists call this hallucinatory compensation. When the mind lacks input, it generates its own data. In some studies, people in isolation chambers reported seeing entire landscapes or faces form out of blank surfaces. The white walls become your new canvas of imagination. After a month, your brain rewires itself. You begin to talk to the room, to the echoes of your own voice. The silence answers you in subtle ways, a delayed echo, a heartbeat, or the sound of your breathing bouncing off invisible corners. Time becomes meaningless. Without clocks, light, or external rhythm, you lose track of days. What feels like a week could be 3. The brain's internal clock depends on light cues and activity patterns. Now, both are gone. You exist in timeless limbo. You start naming things, the corners, the walls, even your meals. It's a desperate attempt to create identity in a place where everything looks the same. Your mind invents stories, memories, and conversations that never happened. It's the only way to feel alive. By the second month, the effects become physical. Without sunlight, your vitamin D levels drop drastically. Your bones weaken, your immune system slows. The white light inside can't replace real UV rays. Your body begins to feel fragile and slow. The lack of sensory diversity begins to harm your mental health. Scientists studying sensory deprivation found that extended exposure to monotony can trigger depression, anxiety, and paranoia. You start to question what's real. Did you ever have a life before this? Your dreams change too. When you sleep, your brain clings to fragments of color. Red sunsets, green forests, blue skies. But they fade quickly. Each morning, waking to whiteness feels heavier, like a punishment you don't understand. By month 6, hallucinations are vivid. You might see faces on walls, shadows moving behind you, even colors that shimmer and fade like heat waves. The line between imagination and perception vanishes completely. You are living inside your mind's projection. Loneliness becomes unbearable. Humans are social creatures. In total isolation, your brain's social circuits malfunction. You start creating voices, companions, or invisible figures just to talk to. Some become friendly, others unsettlingly real. After 8 months, your body adapts in strange ways. Your eyes become hypersensitive to light. Even the faintest glow feels blinding. Your heartbeat slows, conserving energy. You move less, speak less, and your world shrinks to a few square meters of glowing silence. Now, you begin to lose memories. The brain uses external stimuli to anchor thoughts. With nothing changing around you, your memories blur together. You can't tell what happened yesterday or last week. Your identity begins to dissolve into whiteness. The room itself starts to feel alive. You sense breathing in the walls, movements in the corners, and sometimes warmth near you, like another presence. But it's all your mind trying to fill the silence. The line between sanity and madness fades completely. At the 11th month, you stop resisting. The whiteness feels natural now, like an extension of you. Your emotions flatten to near zero. You stop fearing, stop dreaming, stop hoping. You are no longer trapped in the white room. You become part of it. And then, after 1 full year, the door opens. A beam of color floods in red, blue, green, sunlight, shadows. It's blinding. Your brain can't handle it. You cry, not from sadness, but from sheer overload. Color feels like a storm hitting your mind after a year of drought. So what did we learn? In a world without color, sound, or sunlight, the mind collapses inward. It builds illusions, memories, and dreams to survive. The white room isn't just a place, it's a mirror, reflecting what happens when the human brain loses contact with reality itself.